How did you guys actually go about and achieve, getting over 1,000 views for some of the songs that you guys have released on YouTube, considering how difficult it actually is?
I really don't know how we got the 1,000 views, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It means that people are listening. People like the music and
Mm.
like the videos and like the band especially.
In 2024, sort of in line with the question that I had previously about everything being so like content based and everything being consumed so quickly, people are on TikTok, people are prioritizing Instagram, people are doing
Yeah.
reels, people want to listen to something now and, find the next thing very quickly. So, what inspired the decision to bring out a full length album, that would take quite some time to actually listen through? And have you guys found some success in doing so?
Always an album because even if it's just a compilation of the songs you make, there's always an album because the album has a small concept, a small idea for all the songs.
What would you say, Hui, is the perfect rollout for an album in 2024? I mean, obviously there could be different approaches. You're always seeing there's a lot of information if you had to go online in terms of, how to release an album or what is the perfect rollout. For you guys, what has sort of been the perfect formula that has ensured that the album itself has been a success?
For us, we've been having we had some luck because we have a friend that has a label. That's the label that has released both albums, the Raging Planet, and he loves the band, he loves the songs, and he always wanted to help us reach other places, reach other countries, reach other venues to play. He's always behind the band 100%. I know it's not easy to get a label also to get behind the band.
What would you say are some of the pros to actually still releasing stuff through a label, according to Rui?
The pros is that is obviously that a label has more reach. You can put your music in radios and festivals and things like that. It doesn't mean that the band doesn't have to do the homework also. But a label, obviously, depending on the label, has more contacts and it's easier for a band to reach somewhere with a label behind them.
You and I are actually here right now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You all the way in Portugal. I'm in South Africa. We're having this, conversation. We've been connected by a publicist. Do you feel like publicists are underutilized just in the world of music in general when looking at maybe artists that aren't necessarily in the mainstream medium, or do you feel like it's something that is sort of like a growing thing?
I think they help, sure. If not, we wouldn't be here now. Of course, they help and they help a lot, and especially for us, we all work. We all have jobs now, so we don't have that much time to reach out to radios or podcasts or anything.
You mentioned working and
Yeah,
getting some rest. It gives me an impression that, things in Portugal could be similar to here in South Africa, but I don't know, maybe you'll enlighten me. Here in South Africa, it's a rather difficult industry to sort of break into when it comes to music,
yeah,
especially to a point where it's sustaining you. That is why you'll find that, most artists will, have a day job and do the band, sort of thing to balance things out. Would you say it's a similar dynamic then in Portugal? What is the music space like? Are you able to make music a career and live off it?
if you make like pop music or more direct music, the music that plays on radios, all the singles, dance music, and everything, probably you can make a career out of it. In here, well, especially on the metal and underground music, I think in Portugal there's only one or two bands that live from music, from the
Hmm.
music they do, because it's not hard. Portugal is a small country. Also, you don't have that much places to play, so we always try to go at least until Spain, which is right next to us, and it's twice as much. The country is
Hmm.
twice or three times bigger. So there's much more places to play there, but it's not easy. We all work.
Let's look at obviously the main sort of like focal point, which is Eternal, that you guys recently released.
Yes.
I think it will have been, quite some time once this dropped, but it's still a very good point to touch on. What I can appreciate about the music video is that we get to see sort of like a live element
Yeah.
of what you guys, a bit of a taste of what you guys are like, on stage. And the energy is absolutely incredible. For someone like myself who's all the way in South Africa and isn't privileged enough to maybe come through to catch a show, I
Yeah.
think you guys have really just portrayed that really well. Would you
Okay.
say that's one of the reasons why you guys maybe went for that approach to give those, who can't come to the gigs a bit of a taste in terms of what you guys are like on stage? Walk me through, the inspiration behind the video.
We had the song. We wanted to release it because we all love the song, and we wanted to make a video. So we had our release date for the album, release show for the album, and we asked a friend of ours, which he makes videos and also plays in another band, if he could film us live. The problem was that the place where we released the album, where the show was, the stage is really high, and like the audience is probably almost 2 meters from the stage, which it's not that good because we always like to be close to people.
Yeah.
And also it has a big pit on front of it, of the
Mm,
stage, so he was limited in doing some of the filming because he wanted to get close to us on front and he couldn't do it. So we were limited. We had to study the room to get some ideas. But he did a really great job because we wanted to show that live thing, that live energy. Because for me, the most important thing that we always like to do to make good songs and introduce them and give a good show to people. But the songs live have to have that energy that sometimes is missing on the album.
and you guys did a really good job with that one. And I think I read somewhere the meaning sort of being like, being able to live long in the memory and for people to be able to, remember you for all the,
Yes, yes,
the
yes, yes.
good and so
To
on that
leave,
you did. So,
yes.
yeah. So for you guys, what would you say? What would you want the band's memory to be like long after you guys are gone?
I just want to leave good memories. I just want to
Mm.
leave good memories, like when you have someone from close to you, especially family that leaves you, that dies. You always keep the good memories. You always keep remembering the good times. That's what I want for the band forever.
Mm.
To stay in people's heads, but for the good things, the sound, the shows, everything. People remembering us, and so we could be eternal, and keeping a good view on the band and living the good message we try to deliver.
Hey, that is very beautiful. Hui, thank you so much for joining me for this
Thank you very
conversation.
much.
I've
Thank you
had an
very much.
absolute blast. Where can people sort of get in touch with you guys if they want to connect?
If they want to talk to us, just go to Instagram, to our Instagram or our Facebook. Especially Instagram, it would be easier, or just send us an email. Just connect with us.
That is epic. And I want to thank you, the audience, as well, for tuning into this amazing episode with Hui and I. We spoke about, Black Hill Cove, and I hope that you've learned as much about them as I have. I want to thank Warren as well of Plug Music Agency for organizing
Yeah.
this interview. I urge you to basically go check out what Plug Music Agency is doing around the world. And obviously, as for Sledge Underground, all the stuff is available on www.sledgeunderground.com. We've got some merch on www.sledgeunderground.store. So do check that out. I've got some of the merch displayed right next to me, and obviously do support Black Hill Cove as well. We'll leave all the relevant links in the description for you to check out, whether they have merch, whether they have shows coming up, their social media, everything. Do check out the description. Thank you so much for tuning in. From myself and Hui, we will see you guys next time. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you
It's
very
bye for
much.
now.